Leadoff here for KC is Johnny Damon, off to a slow start, batting 127 with no homers and 4 RBIs. Barry ZITO takes the mound for his third start of the year. He's 0-2 with a 7.07 ERA. And here's the first pitch. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Reggie's out there, makes the catch for out number 1. And Willie Wilson comes to the plate now, batting 270, no homers, and 3 RBIs. Excuse me, and here's the pitch to Wilson. And that's going to be a ground ball down the bando. Fires over to Giambi. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first. And Mike Sweeney comes to the plate, batting 300 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. Yep, ZITO hits him. Ball got away from him, not intentional. Runners down at first now. And Perez, he is batting 281 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. 9. And a 9. Yep. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Tejada throws over to first to get Perez. And that'll end the inning. The hit batter stays put. Kansas City strands 1. After a half an inning, Kansas City 0. The A's coming to bat with Henderson, Tejada, and Giambi. Ricky's batting 170 with no homers and 1 RBI. And here in Mark GUBICZA is making his third start of the year. He's 1-1 with a 4.38 ERA. Here's the pitch to Ricky. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Johnny Damon and left. And there's 1 down. And Miguel Tejada comes to the plate. He's batting 0-26, folks. He is 1 for 38. He has no homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Tejada. And that's going to be a Baltimore chopper out in front of the plate. 209. And that's going to be a nice play by Perez. He fires down Sweeney, and that's out number 2. Now Jason Giambi comes up. 2 outs, nobody on in a 0-0 game. Batting 256 with 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this ball going to go, folks, is the question. Kiss it goodbye, Jason Giambi, with his 6th homer of the year. Puts the A's on the board, 1-0. And Reginald Martinez Johnson comes up. He's off to a slow start, batting 129 with 3 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. GUBICZA strikes Reggie out, but gives up the solo homer to Giambi. And it's 1-0 A's as we go to the top of the second. You got Collins due up. He'll be followed by Washington and Brett. See, Oakland's got, sorry, this is a 4-game series. I thought it was a 3-game series. They got 3 more games here in Oakland against Kansas City. Then the Twins come to town. And Al's batting 219 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Barry strikes him out. Barry's first strikeout of the game. 1 down here in the second. And we got Mr. UL Washington up now. And Washington is batting 226. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the second. And George Brett comes to the plate. Batting 300 on the year with 3 homers and 10 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry at second. Over to Giambi, and that's it. 1, 2, 3 goes KC. Still 1-0 Oakland. We got Canseco, Bando, and Lumpy due up. Jose batting 318 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Mark walks the leadoff batter. Not a good thing. And that brings up Sal Bando. And Bando's batting 241. No homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up. Straight up the chute. Perez waits for it to come down. Makes the catch. And there's one down. And now you got Jerry Lumpy up. And Lumpy's batting 235. No homers and 2 RBIs. That's going to be against the righty. 16. That's going to be popped up. Down the short. Brett calls for it and makes the catch. And there's 2 down. And the leadoff walk still down at first. And Terry Steinbeck up, batting 214 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. That's going to be a fly ball out to Damon. And the leadoff walk doesn't hurt Mark. We get stranded at first. We get to the top of the third. A's with a 1-0 lead. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Orioles. You got White, GUBICZA, and Damon. And you see KC's upcoming schedule. Like I say, they got 3 more games here in Oakland. Then they head up the coast to Seattle to play the Mariners. Frank White's batting 192. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. ZITO strikes him out for his 2nd strikeout of the game. And we're sorry, he doesn't strike him out. That's a pop-up. He doesn't have the Y. He's got the X. Let's redo this. So Frank's going to pump up down the short. So that's a pop-up, not a strikeout. And now Mark GUBICZA is up. And Mark, he's looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 1 on the season. And that's going to be a swing and a miss this time. ZITO now gets his 2nd strikeout. We're back to the top of the order, and Damon, he's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. To the top of the bottom goes the Royals. Bottom of the third we go. You got ZITO, Henderson, and Tejada due up. Barry, he's 0 for 5 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank. He tosses it over to Sweeney, and there's 1 down. And we're back to the top of the order now, and Ricky Henderson. And Ricky's 0 for 1 today. Can Ricky get a 1-out rally started here for the A's? And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Ricky's aboard here with a 1-out double. Scoring position with his great speed. And Tejada, who is struggling, he snapped this 1 for 39. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be around a 32 and a 2. Fielding column 1. And Ricky Henderson gets thrown out in a rundown. And Tejada goes to third, stays at first in the rundown. See if it'll do the rundown. It's supposed to be a 1. 1, 5, 3 put out. 1, 5, 6 put out. Let's see if it doesn't. Nope. So we're just going to do 1, 5. Tejada will get down the first. And now there's 2 outs and a runner down at first. And Jason Giambi, who's already hit a homer in this game, he's 1 for 1 with a solo shot. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 13. And that's going to be a single. And that'll be first and second. Now as Giambi gets aboard here with a 2-out single. And how big is him getting thrown out? Ricky may have scored on that. Now you got first and second. 2 down. And Reggie Jackson, who struck out his first time, is up. So here's the pitch to Reggie. That's going to be that's a hit batter. And Reggie's none too happy about that. I don't know if that was retaliation or not, but now you got the bases full. And Jose Canseco at the plate. Tejada at third, Giambi at second, Reggie at first. Canseco at the plate, and he walked his first time up. Here's the pitch from Mark. Nowhere to put him. That's going to be and I'm going to go the easy way, hit down the second. He'll go over the second. That'll end the inning. The A's leave the bases stranded. You go to the top of the fourth. It's still 1-0 Oakland. You got Wilson due up, followed by Sweeney and Perez. And Willie's 0 for 1 today. You can see Kansas City is 9-5. They've scored 52 runs, 13 homers, 20 stolen bases, been called twice. And the A's are 4-8. They've scored 51 runs, 15 homers, 7 stolen bases, been caught 3 times. Willie is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Wilson out. And there's 1 down here in the top of the fourth. And up now is Mike Sweeney. He was hit by a pitch. Like I say, I don't know if the Reggie Jackson being hit was retaliation. It kind of looked like it. I didn't think much of Sweeney being hit, and that's going to be ball 4. So Sweeney's aboard again with a 1-out walk. And Perez comes to the plate. Runner on first, 1 down in a 1-0 ball game. Tie and run at first. Go ahead, run at the plate. Perez is 0 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. ZITO gets the strikeout. And there's 2 down. That's strikeout number 4 for Barry. So it's up to Al Collins here to get something going with 2 outs and a runner on. Trailing by 1. He's 0 for 1, struck out. And that's going to be another strikeout. ZITO mowing him down. That's his 5th strikeout of the game, and it's still 1-0 Oakland. So we go to the bottom of the 4th with Bando, Lumpy, and Steinbach. Due up Sal. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Johnny. He calls for it, makes the catch. And up now is Jerry Lumpy. Nobody on, 1 out. He's 0 for 1. And he gets a hold of this. He drives that in the right field. He makes the turn, but Collins gets over. And he'll turn back to first with a 1-out single. And Terry Steinbach's up. And Terry's 0 for 1. He flew out the Owls first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can they get the double play? That will be fielding column 3. And they'll get the lead runner. Nope, they won't. They'll get the batter out. And Jerry will get down to second. So now there's 2 outs. Barry ZITO at the plate. Can he help his own cause here and increase this lead? Barry's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mark strikes him out to end the inning. To the top of the 5th we go. In a pitcher's duel, it's 1-0 Oakland. You got Washington due up here, followed by Brett and White. And Washington's 0 for 1 today. And he gets a nice hit. That's a base hit in the right field. And Washington's aboard here with the leadoff single. And we're going to do a little hit and run here. George is 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Let's see where this one lands at. And that's going to be a double in the right field, and with the runner running, That's going to tie this game up, folks. It is 1-1. George Brett with an RBI double. Still nobody out. Now a runner down in scoring position to go ahead run. And White's up. Frank is 0 for 1 grounded. Popped up the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a infield. 8, 9, 14, 22, 30. 8, 9, 14, 22, 33. 33 should be 2. On number 2. And on a 51. And that will be column number 3. And that's going to be a pop up down the in foul territory down the first baseline. Lumpy goes, makes the catch. And now there is 1 out, and Brett's still down at second. And Mark GUBICZA is going to try to bunt him over to third. Mark's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's a nice bunt. That ball is bunted back to the mound. ZITO's up with it, and Lumpy covering over at first. And that'll be out number 2, but the runner does get down to third. And we're back to the top of the order, and Johnny Damon go ahead run 90 feet away. He's 0 for 2 today, Johnny is. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Canseco. And that'll end the inning. But the 1 RBI double by Brett makes it a 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 5th. At the top of the order due up here for the A's, Henderson, Tejada, and Giambi. You see Kansas City struck out 92 batters, walked 32, giving up 22 doubles and 4 triples. And the Oakland A's have struck out 104 batters, walked 52, giving up 24 doubles and 3 triples. And Ricky is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Wilson calls for it and makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Miguel Tejada's up now, and he's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a righty 16. That's going to be a hit. It's only his 2nd hit of the year. Tejada's aboard here with a single. So Tejada's down at first. 1 out, and Jason Giambi with the only run of the game. He hit a homer back there in the first, making 1-0 A's at the time. And he untied this game with Tejada down at first. Jason's 2 for 2. Like I say, he's got the homer, and he singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. They'll get the lead runner out. And hold on a second. They're going to turn a double play. Giambi can't beat the throw. That's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play, and that'll end the inning. We get to the top of the 6th. It's still 1-1. We got Wilson, Sweeney, and Perez due up here to 2, 3, 4 hitters. And Willie Wilson, he's 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time up. And he gets a hold of this. Where's this one going to land at? And that ball is driven out in the left field. Ricky can't get to it. Reggie can. It's rolling around, and with Mr. Wilson's speed, he's in there with a lead-off triple. So Wilson's down there at third. With nobody out, it's going to force the infield in. Mike Sweeney's up. He has been hit by a pitch and walked. He has yet to get a plate appearance. And that's going to be a ground ball. 25-8. That should be fielding column 1, I would think. Yep. And that's going to be out at first. The runner's going to hold. So he looks the runner back. Fires over to first. And there's one out and a runner still down at third. We'll keep the infield in here for Perez. And Perez is 0 for 2 today. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Tejada. I think the same result. Yep. And the same result. Tejada looks the runner back to third. Fires over to first. And now there's 2 outs and a runner still at third after that leadoff triple. Can Barry get out of this mess with nobody scoring? It's up to Al Callens now. He has struck out both times against Barry. It's 0 for 2. Runner still 90 feet away. Go ahead, run. Lefty. That'll be a 12. And that's going to be a ground ball down the pop up down the third. 53 and a 5. Let's see. Is it a ground ball or a pop up? It's filling column 2. And it's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Sal fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. The leadoff triple gets stranded. Barry pitches around it. Nobody scores. It's still 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Got the big boys coming up here. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Jackson, Canseco, and Bando. Reggie's 0 for 1. He did get hit by pitches last time up. See if he takes revenge here. And that ball is high. That ball is far. And kiss it goodbye. That ball is, wait a second, wrong board, make sure. And that ball is out of here. Reggie Jackson gets even with being hit. And hits his 4th homer of the year to give the A's a 2-1 lead. And we got Jose Canseco up. He's 0 for 1. He has walked in this game and grounded into a fielder's choice. That's going to be against the righty. 17 and 9. And that's going to be a base hit. And all of a sudden, the A's are starting to get the mark here. Another hit. So Canseco's down at first. Nobody out for Sal Bando, and they're already up 2-1. Bando's 0 for 2 today. Can Sal get a hit here? That's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by GUBICZA. 1 down now. And Jerry Lumpy comes to the plate. And Jerry's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. See, Kansas City's batting .211 with a .269 on base percentage, slugging .360 with a .629 OPS. And the A's are batting .188 with an on base percentage of .287, slugging .354 with an OPS of .641. 1 down, a runner at first. Lumpy up. He's 1 for 2, like I said, with a single. That's going to be a fly ball out to Al Callens. That'll be out number 2. Terry Steinbach steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Washington. He goes the short way over to second. That ends the 6th. But the Reggie Jackson homer makes it 2-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. And you got Washington due up, followed by Brett and White. And Barry. Washington is 1 for 2 against Barry. Singled and came around to score his last time. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart at short. Tejada's up with it, throws over and gets him out. 1 down here in the 7th. George Brett had that RBI double his last time up. He's 1 for 2. That's going to be another ground ball down the short. And again, Tejada's up to the task, throws him out. 2 up and 2 down here quickly in the 7th. And Frank White, he's 0 for 2. He's popped up the short end to the catcher. And that's going to be against the lefty, 12. And that is going to be a base hit in the left field. So Frank White gets aboard here with a 2-out single. And that's going to be it for Mark. We'll have a pitch hitter here for GUBICZA. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Kevin Seltzer is going to come off the bench. See if Kevin can do something here. 2 outs. Try and run it first. Go ahead, run at the plate. And Kevin Seltzer's batting .250, no homers and 1 RBI. Frank down there with good speed. Here's the pitch to Kevin. And that ball is hammered out into right field. Let's see here. Against the lefty. That'll be an 18. And sorry, that's a nice stop down there at second. Lumpy gets it, fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. Nice play by Lumpy up the middle. And robs Kevin of a base hit. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 2-1 ball game. Mongoose coming out. Steve's coming out. He'll pitch here in the bottom of the 7th. You got ZITO, Henderson, and Tejada. Do we want the lefty? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see here. I think Quisenberry is going to come out of the bullpen. Quiz coming out with the righties due up. So Dan Quisenberry is coming out of the bullpen. Instead of the lefty. Try to keep this a 1-run game. And now we got a decision to make here. And with their bullpen, I don't think it's much of a decision. Barry Zito is going to be pitched hit for. So Barry's going to be pitched hit for. We'll go to the bullpen. It'll probably be Street will come on. Street will come in to pitch the 8th inning. And if everything goes right, Eck will come in and pitch the 9th. Let's see who's going to come out on the dugout here to pitch hit. And Matt Olson's going to come out. I think he's the only lefty on the bench. That's another reason to bring Quiz in. So Matt Olson's coming off the bench. With the A's leading 2-1 here in the 8th inning. In the 7th inning. So Matt's coming on. Matt Olson's going to pitch it for Barry Zito. And Matt is looking for his first hit of the year. He is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Quisenberry's making his 6th appearance. No record, no saves with a 3 ERA. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. And George Brett boots this one, folks. That's going to be an E5. And Matt Olson gets aboard here with a leadoff error. Not what Quisenberry wanted. Now you got Ricky Henderson at the plate. Nobody out and a runner on. Trying to add to this 2-1 lead. Make it a little easier on them. Ricky is 1 for 3 with a double in this game. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Just what the doctor ordered. It's hard to double up Ricky, but that's what they did. A 6-4-3 double play. And now there's 2 outs. Out of races the air. And Tejada's up. And Tejada got his 2nd hit of the year his last time up. He's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be against the righty. 18. And it's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Willie Wilson makes the grab, takes a hit away from Tejada. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 2-1 game. And Mr. Street's coming out of the bullpen. Houston, we have a Street coming in. Houston Street will be coming into the ball game. Try to keep it a 1-run lead. And Street's making his 6th appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 4.26 ERA. He's got the top of the order due up here. Let's see, do they have a lefty? You know what? Let's undo this. We're going to bring in the lefty. Got the switch hitter. You got the lefty and then a switch hitter and Wilson. Now, they're going to keep Street in. I'm not doing that. Second and third guessing myself. Street's pitching. Street staying in, like I say, 6th appearance, 0-1 with a 4.26 ERA. Damon is 0-3. He has flown out the center twice and the right. Here's the pitch to Johnny. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tejada. He fires over to first, and that's out number 1 here in the 8th. And Willie Wilson, Mr. Wilson, he tripled his last time up, folks. Let off the 6th with a triple and got stranded at third. That was a big inning there for ZITO pitching around that. Here's the pitch to Wilson, and that's going to be an infield hit. So Wilson's aboard here with a single. 1 out and 1 on. Tying run at first. And Mr. Wilson's going to try to steal. That's for sure. And it'll be a 32. So it'll be a 62 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Wilson's in scoring position now. Tying run down at second. 1 out for Mr. Sweeney. Sweeney's 0-1. He's been hit by a pitch. He's walked and grounded out his last time up. Here's the pitch from Street. And that's going to be against a righty at 24. That's hit down the short. 53 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column 3. And that'll be hit to short. Only plays to first. The runner will get down to third. Now there's 2 outs. A runner 90 feet away from tying this game up. And Perez is up, but there's 2 outs. And Salvador is 0-3. Grounded out to short twice and struck out. Here's the pitch to Perez. And that ball is high. See where this one ends up at, folks. That'll be a 25. And that ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. Perez has just homered and given the Kansas City Royals a 3-2 lead here. Houston Street gives up a homer, and now the A's are trailing 3-2. Al Collins is up. Nobody on, 2 outs. And Al is 0-3 today. Struck out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be driven. And all of a sudden, Houston, we have a problem. And that ball is driven into the gap in left field. Nobody can get to it. And Al Collins turning on the Jets. And that brown-eyed, handsome man's headed for third with a triple. So a homer and now a triple with 2 outs. All this happening with 2 outs, folks. And Washington's up. He's 1-3. Can he increase this lead? 3-2 ball game right now. And he sure can. I said that too quick. He might not have against the righty. No, he didn't. That's going to be a pop-up. Let's see here. 10. Filling column 2. That's going to be a... What did it say? 7. So that was 5, 27, 24. That's going to be a pop-up down the first base. Giambi makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the 2-run shot by Perez makes it a 3-2 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Quisenberry will come out of the game, and then they'll bring the lefty in here. Longo will come in now and pitch to the lefties. Quiz will come out of the game for the lefty now. I'll be setting up Mr. Davis for the save in the 9th. So let's see if Mongo can keep the lead as Quisenberry did his job. Kept it a 1-run game, and Perez hit the 2-run homer to give him the lead. Now let's see if Steve can come in the game and keep the lead here. He'll definitely only pitch 1 inning. He's due up 3rd and the top of the 9th. So Steve, this is his 6th appearance of the year. He has 1 save with a 5.40 ERA. He'll be facing Giambi, Jackson, and Canseco. Now we got to decide, do we want to pitch hit here for Jason? And no, we don't have another first baseman anyway. So Jason's going to bat for himself here. He is 2 for 3 with a homer, an RBI. He singled. Here's the pitch to Jason. And that's going to be a deep fly ball. Wilson goes back near the track, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. How about Reggie? Are we going to pitch it for Reginald Martinez Jackson? And Reggie's 1 for 2 with a homer. We're going to let him bat. He struck out, been hit by a pitch, and hit a homer his last time up. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. There's quickly 2 down here in the 8th. It's up to Jose Canseco. Can he tie this game up or keep this inning alive? He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that ball is ripped out in the right field off the wall. Jason's got himself a 2-out double. Jose's got himself a 2-out double. And the time runs down at second. Sal Bando, the winning runs at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. Can he deliver here off of Mongo and tie this game up, or maybe even give the A's back the lead? Bando is 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down. That might be a pop-up. That's a line drive right at Washington. He hit it hard, but right at Washington. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. It's a 3-2 Kansas City lead. See who's going to come out here. We've got Brett White and a pitch hitter for Steve. Street's going to stay in the game here. George is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Henderson. He makes the catch for out number 1. And we got Frank White up. And Frank's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. That is going to be a ground ball down to Tejada. 2 up and 2 down here in the 9th. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Steve. And Mr. Davis will be coming out of the bullpen. Try to lock this game down. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here. Against the righty. They don't have a lefty on the bench, I don't think. Yeah, they do. They got two lefties. Mr. John Mayberry. Big John. Big Bad John's coming off the bench. See if he can add to this 3-2 lead. So John is batting 130 on the year. He has a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's a deep fly ball to left. Henderson takes a few steps back, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. The sides retired in order. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The A's trailing by 1. And Mr. Davis will be coming out of the bullpen to try to save this one. Where's Wade? And Wade Davis making his 4th appearance of the year. He has 2 saves. He's got an 8.1 ERA, though. He'll be facing the bottom third of the order, Lumpy, Steinbach, and a pinch hitter for Street. Jerry's 1 for 3 today with a single. And that's going to be a base hit in, let's see here, against the righty, 28. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. That drops right in front of OAKLAND. And the time runs aboard here, folks. And Terry Steinbach's up. He is 0 for 3. He is flown out, grounded out twice. Runner down at first. And here's the pitch to Terry. And that's going to be a base on balls. Mr. Davis is making this game interesting. Tying run down at second. Go ahead, run at first. We'll have a pitch hitter here. And we'll probably have a pitch runner too. So first the pitch hitter. He's coming off the bench. I think it's time for Tony Armas to come off the bench. They don't have any lefties. Yep, Tony Armas is going to come off the bench. So Tony will come off the bench. Pitch it for Street. Time run down at second. Do we want a pitch runner here? Yep, it's going to be Mr. Norris. We're going to use a pitcher here. Mike Norris is going to pitch it for Steinbach. So Mike Norris, no. Mike Norris is going to pitch run for Terry. With his great speed. So Mike's going to come in and pitch run. That's the time. That's the go-ahead run at first. And Tony Armas is going to come out and pitch hit. So you got runners on first and second. Nobody out in a 3-2 game. Wade Davis has gotten himself in a heck of a pickle. Tony's only batting 143, no homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Tony. And that ball is high. That ball is far. And kiss it goodbye. That ball is out of here, folks. Tony Armas with a pitch hit 3-run homer. Wade Davis screws the pooch here, doesn't get a single batter out, and the A's come back and win this game 5-3. Tony Armas with the pitch hit home run. The bullpens wasn't great in this game, folks. Wade Davis gets hammered and blows the save. Let's take a look at the box score. What a game. What a game. What a game.